So welcome back, everyone. I got a newbie with me, and I'm really excited about bringing her on. This is going to be pretty interesting. I have with me Stephanie Brown. She's the founder and owner of House of Cheer Mentorship. Welcome to the show. You've been on with another client.
Yes.
But I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, hi everyone. So my name's Stephanie, and I am the owner and founder of House of Cheer Mentorship. What I've done for the past 20 years is I've been a cheer coach. So I've been with lots of different athletes, and I've been a coach for many years, and I decided to start a mentorship.
So, okay, you're a cheer coach.
Yeah.
Where does mentorship come along with being a coach for
cheer? Yeah. I think it came along just over the years, but really after COVID, I saw a change in a lot of the girls, and I also saw a big change in just athletes in general, having a hard time knowing who they are without the sport. And sometimes it was like they were just dying from the sport, like they just didn't want to do it anymore, they just lost it, or sometimes competition was too much, or they just didn't make it where they thought they would make it, and they did not know who they were. And it has a lot to do with mental health.
It's not like the old days.
Yeah.
You know, in the old days you cheered and it was like you were a cheerleader. But
Yeah.
now there's competition involved, and that's what we're going to talk about here.
Yeah.
That's what's important for people to realize. And it could be cheer, it could be anything.
Yeah, basketball, volleyball. So I decided to do the mentorship. I'm doing middle school through high school. That's where we really see that change, is going to be starting in that 6th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th, going on to high school. And so I really saw a lot of mental type things, whether it was confidence, whether it was, lack of leadership, lack of bullying, or lack of just knowing who they are.
So this is a program.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about do they have to take all sections of your program? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it's a 90-day program, so it's 12 weeks, 12 lessons. And yes, when you do apply and get into the mentorship, we send you a letter with your parent, because most of the girls are young if they're not in high school, and we say you're going to be there on day 1 all the way to day 90. So it's really important that you have a commitment level, which is another reason that I like to deal with athletes, because athletes are already aware of that commitment, right? And they've been on teams, they know how it is, they know they can't make practice or whatever.
Right.
So they do understand the commitment level. My last 90 days, girls were there 12 weeks, 12 lessons, never missed anything.
What is the feedback that you get?
Yeah, so on this last one, we had the girls, they all spoke at the end of the 90 days, and most of them just said that it changed them. It changed the way that they thought about things. It changed the way that they ate, because we did things on nutrition. It changed the way that they saw bullying even, because some of them didn't know what to say. They're kind of in the middle. They're just kind of watching it happen, and they don't know how to address that. And then a lot of them just said they didn't want it to end, because we had to take this break for the holidays. So they really loved being together in a space. We do it all in person, nothing online. And so I think they really enjoyed being together and building those relationships.
Now, the website is hocm.us. So hocm.us. And the phone number, if you want to call, maybe it's you or someone that you know that we're talking cheerleaders, right?
Yeah, so the name of my business is House of Cheer Mentorship. And the reason it's that way is because my motto is you need to be your own cheerleader first so that you can cheer on the next girl. So it's any athlete or non-athlete, any young person that needs a mentor, young lady, because we only do girls, but anybody that's ages 11 to 18 and you're like, hey, they can really benefit from this, please give us a call, look us up, call me.
I think what you're bringing up is some major points, and that is, to me, I think the people who are listening to this, when you say, if they might have, let's say, a girl who is, you said, how old was, from middle school to high school.
Yep.
There must be some signs that you see from them that might say they need a little help.
Yeah.
Because this can be very stressful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they can get other issues
Yeah.
mentally, I mean, really,
Yeah.
it can be terrible, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what are some of the signs? I'm going away from what you talked about, but I gotta ask that.
Yeah, you just usually see a change. So like you usually have a young lady, maybe she's super talkative or has a certain group of friends or likes these certain things to do, you know, on her off time, but now it's totally changed. You know, now she wants to be alone or she doesn't want to hang out with those friends or, you know, something has switched and you've noticed the switch and you don't know why. It's because something's happening, right? It's happening at school. And the thing about it is when I was in school, you know, we all got bullied, right? But we got to go home and it stopped. But
Yeah.
nowadays it never stops because
It's
of that
terrible.
phone, right?
Yeah, social media, as wonderful it can be,
Yeah.
is not wonderful.
No. Yeah.
It can be very hurtful, in many different ways.
Yes.
We are talking girls here only,
Mhm.
okay, it's a 90-day program that you're committed to, that 90 days. Go up onto the website, it's HOCM.US. And, you know, what do you feel about how cheer, and I'm using cheer because
Yeah.
that's what you do, has evolved? Because, I mean, like I said, when I was younger, we had cheerleaders, but nobody, it was never this intense. It's changed. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, so I think that with cheer and all sports in general, they have changed, right? And whatever you play, there's always that next level sport, right? There's that all-star sport of all sports. So I think that they have all changed, they've all evolved, and that can be both good and bad. But what's most important is the mental health of the individual, right? Right now, we not only have to be coaches of physical, we need to be coaches of mental as well. That's what our mentorship does, and also all of the stuff that I do, like cheer camps, things like that. I focus on both. We want them to be physically healthy, we want them to be mentally healthy. And a lot of coaches are going to have to make that change because it's important if you want to have a well-rounded individual.
Sometimes it comes from the coach,
Sometimes it does.
right?
Yes,
You know, I mean, I
it
hate
can.
to say it.
And
No.
that's where parents have to really step in, right? If you want your child to be healthy, they need to be with a healthy coach,
Mhm.
right? If you're seeing unhealthiness, then, you know, you have
Talk,
to think about that.
use your mouth,
Yeah,
right?
use your words.
Use your words. I want to talk about that because you said that you also help them with their diet,
Yes.
things like that.
Mhm.
And I am sure, just like in modeling and things like that, they can be very hard on them. And now they start doing things or eating or
Yes.
getting on a special diet.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes.
So one of the other questions that I wanted to ask you, do you work with people from all over? Can you talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit?
so right now I'm in Goodyear. So all of the girls that we work with are going to be on the west side. But I'm super open to bringing this all over. Obviously, all of the girls in the state of Arizona and all states everywhere need it.
And tell them again the program and the different things that you do in it, real quick.
Yeah, so the program is 12 weeks, right? So 12 lessons, 12 weeks, and every 90 days, because we do it 4 times a year, is different lessons. So we do lessons on confidence, we do lessons on leadership, nutrition, we did yoga, we did sound healing, we do all types of things for the girls, and we just kind of want it to be well-rounded, so we do all types of different lessons so that we can make sure that we're hitting all aspects of mental health.
I also want to mention bullying,
Yeah.
because that was another thing that we know is really big, and, you know, the kids don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right, and the other thing is, please, if they are on social media, I know that it used to be that people used to, like the parents used to kind of hover over and be helicopter.
Yeah.
It's okay to do that.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure. I mean, you should definitely have things in place, but most importantly, you should be communicating, right? And as we all know, even coaches, I have 2 daughters, and I tell them things, and another coach tells them, and they are like, oh yeah, I'm definitely listening to that coach, but not me. So also having a mentorship gives them that avenue, right? If we come up with something during the mentorship, we definitely talk to parents, but it gives them that ability to talk to each other and talk to people close to their age about these things.
As sad as it is, it's a wonderful thing that you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Their website is HOCM.US. The number is 602-373-5097.